Our next guest says Larry Summers is leaving his post, and it's a win-win. Charles Calomiris is the Henry Kaufman Professor of Financial Institutions at Columbia University. Professor Calomiris joining us now over the phone. Thanks so much, Professor, for being with us. A win-win. Are you saying it's a win for Summers because he gets to go back to Harvard, maybe gets less criticism, and it's a win for the Obama administration? In what way?
Yeah, exactly. I think for Larry Summers, he's a talented and energetic person. Not a big success, of course, but in his current position. But you know, he'll find a lot to do back at Harvard and elsewhere. So it's a good move for him. There's nothing really for him, I think, to stay around Washington for. The president, however, needs a makeover of his image with business. Larry's had a tin ear on that. Of course, the policies haven't been very well designed either. So I think the president, leading up to the 2012 election, needs a new face, and Larry can't be that face, obviously, because he's been the old face. So that's why it's a win-win. The president will get a new image. Larry will get a job where he has something to do.
Charles, I definitely go with the winning opportunity here for Obama, but doesn't this end with a huge loss for Larry Summers and his economic ideologies and policies, certainly in terms of how he's laid them out at the end of the line?
Well, you know, Larry's had a great career as an economist. He's been one of the most influential people in the Democratic Party for now, you know, a couple of decades. So, yes, it's not, the policies are not things that I've agreed with. I think they've been really horrible. I'd say the worst economic policies in decades. But I want to also honor his service and say that I think it's been a difficult administration to work with, because I think it's ideologically maybe the most far-left administration we've seen, again, for decades. And, you know, it's not been an easy job, I think, for economists to reconcile economic reality with the president's ideology. So I give him a little bit of a slack for that. So,
Professor, if you had to name a short list, a dream team list, who would you put on it? One name that has come up, another academic, Erskine Bowles. I mean, Keith has been saying, and I think he's right, that chances are another academic will be named. Is he the best pick?
You know, I haven't heard that, actually. I don't know. But I would expect that the president is understanding what he should do, which is pick a business person, because the president's not going to have any substantive contribution to big think ideas over the next 2 years. What he needs is to heal his rift with the business community and sort of pull a Bill Clinton and start getting moderate and start moving to the center if he wants to be reelected. The best way to do that is to pick people who are going to have that capacity to reach out to the business community. And I think that would be the smart move, and I think the president will do it.
What about Jamie Dimon, or is it too dangerous to be that clearly favoring Wall Street?
I can't imagine Jamie Dimon joining this administration. It's been a very tense relationship, to say the least. So if that happens, I'll be very surprised.
Well, when your critics are your new coach, I mean, I think that that's a tremendous opportunity. Why not just change the dialogue, change the debate into somebody who can coach, you know, basically be a professor to Obama on real-time risk management, like Jamie Dimon? Maybe not him, but somebody else.
Oh, no, I agree. That's the right idea. I'm just saying, given the sort of prickly nature of, as I perceive it, the relationship between the president and Dimon, I'd be surprised if he could pull that off. But I think it's the right point. I think that's where the president should go. It would be good for the country, too.
Professor Calomiris, is there any academic, or rather any business leader you see out there that you think would be a good pick? Because we assume that if you pick a CEO, you have to pick a CEO who is actually a good CEO.
Well, you know, there are a lot of people in their 60s who have been very good CEOs who I'm sure are looking for something to do. I can't come up with a name for you. I think it's going to it's got to be someone who's a good communicator, who can help the president understand the business mindset a little bit better. And I think that would make a lot of sense. We don't need a new architect of economic policy, because the president's not going to be making economic policy for the next 2 years. We need someone who's going to do the educating of the president and also provide the public relations for the president with the business community. That's really what he needs.
Professor Calomiris, thanks so much for joining us this morning. He's joining us there on the phone from Columbia Business School.